All right, what is up? Drop in the chat. Make sure you can hear me. Let's get this party started. All right, so we're gonna start with some questions, real quick. Just going over. We're gonna go over everything to do with this Apex Trader funding, everything about trading futures, why I'm so excited about it. I guess everyone's curious about that, and just answer any questions that you have. So I'm gonna start with the questions that we got in the chat. So Lee started with question saying, why would anyone let you trade with money that isn't yours to lose? And that's a great question, Lee. I'm a natural skeptic myself, so I felt the same way until I did some math. And so the one day they signed up 98,000 people in one day. And let's just say that was an average of $80 a pop. So 98,000 times 80 give us 7.8 million. So they made 7.8 million in one day just signing people up to their membership plans. If you'll notice here, their total compensation that they've paid out for the whole year, that means the total that people have made trading is only 5 million. So they make more in one day selling the idea than they've had to pay out all year. So that's why they're willing to let you trade their money and lose it. And then, I mean, it's not easy. It is easy for me. I think it'll be easy for the pit bulls, and I think it'll be easy for people who know futures, who know what they're doing. People who've been trading for a long time, know what they're doing, and come into this are like fucking blown away and super pumped about it. Someone who's never traded before and comes into it is just going to blow account after account after account. So we get to make out because those people are blowing through their accounts and resetting their accounts. Even I've blown through a bunch of accounts. The trailing stop on this thing is tough. So they make the eval pretty tough. And if you got to pay $80 every time you want to do another eval, or you got to sign up for another subscription every time you want to start another account, I'm sure that stuff adds up to the point where and these are on subscription. So if they signed up that many people in one day, that's 8 million a month that they have in recurring revenue just from people trying to pass their evals and resetting their accounts and trying to get into the PA funded accounts and all that stuff. So that's why they let you trade it. It's a good business model. And the other thing is they don't actually give you $100,000 to lose. So they give you $100,000 and the most you can lose, for example. So let's go through the different plans here real quick. This is a good time to bring it up. So if you have 50,000, let's say you start with a $50,000 account, you have to make 3,000 and the most you can lose is 2,500. So this can be really tricky because what can happen is you start with 50,000. Let's say you go to 52,000. Or let's even say that you get to 5250. All right. So 52,500. And then the trade goes for you for a while. It's going up, up, up. Your money's going up, up, up. And then boom, the trade reverses. And I actually blew an account this morning trading the PMI numbers. It was just an eval account. And that's why it's fun, because it matters enough that you got to pay $80 to reset the account. So you're going to try. It's not like with a sim account, with paper trading. I don't like to do those unless it's to like learn a new system or like to learn software or to get used to something different. But there's just not enough competitiveness, or like it's not real enough for me to actually practice trading on. I won't take it seriously enough. It's just something in my head. So like that was kind of the point behind me starting the $1,000 challenge, was to just take a really small amount of money to be able to teach people to learn with. This is even better because $80 is less than 1,000. So if you lose $80, it's better than blowing your challenge account. And so I kind of found this out like right after I started the challenge, and I started playing with this and getting involved in it. And I kind of felt bad that I didn't find it sooner, but we can always do it next, right? So we'll just do this for the next challenge. But anyways, so this is a trailing threshold. Now, this is only for the eval part. When you're doing the eval, in order to pass the eval, but this is what makes it so hard. And this is why I'm sure they're making good money. Let's say you get up to 52,500. The trade goes for you, and then boom, the trade goes against you, and you go back to 50,000. You technically didn't lose a single dollar. You still have 50,000. If it was your money, you'd still have 50,000. But since it's an eval account, it's not even live money, but it's an eval account. You made 2,500, you lost 2,500, it's blown. You have to reset it. You can never lose this, and it trails all the way up. So that's how they make their money, and it's a smart move because it works. I know if I've blown several eval accounts, that other people are blowing even more of them and just constantly resetting them and making money that way. So that is why they will let us lose their money. Yeah, and Terry said they do have a great video explaining exactly why they do everything they do. So moving on to the next question, it was Chris's question. He asked, when you say trading futures, what are you exactly doing? Like what ticker, what options? So I'm glad you asked that question. It naturally brings out the smart ass in me, and it makes me want to give the response that I hate to give to people, but it's, you might want to just YouTube that or Google that. Futures are very similar to options, but there's only 4 expirations a year, and you're always going to trade the closest expiration. You never really hold futures for very long. They're best for day trading and scalping. That's what most people use them for. In my opinion, they're far better than options for day trading and scalping, but they'd be far worse than options for like swing trading, hedging, speculation, anything like that. They probably would not be as good for. But to really understand futures, just do a quick Google search or a quick YouTube. There's a million videos out there explaining what futures are, and I haven't made one myself, but I could probably drop one in the chat too. That'll just break it down to you. Probably take you 3-4 minutes to watch. Really simple. Don't overcomplicate it. More simple than options. And yeah, I'll drop something in the chat for you guys. Okay, then Lee's next question is, why isn't there 100 people on this call? You'd think people would want to learn this shit. No, Lee, people don't want to learn. They want to blame other people because they're poor. I've definitely found that out. Like when I post something to the Facebook group, you'll notice, be like, who wants to learn how to trade options for free? And like 200 comments. And then I'm like, all right, all you have to do this totally free is you have to send me a message. And out of the 200 people who commented, because I guess that's the easiest form, I'll get 50 messages. And then I'll message all the people back and I'll say, all right, all you have to do now to get this for free is you have to tell me a time that you're available tomorrow. And half won't even respond to that. So out of 200, we're down to 25. So or we'll call it 20 for easy numbers. It's 10%. So like 10% of people who say they want to do something might actually put in just a hair of effort. It's as simple as responding to a message. But yeah, I'm with you, Lee. I have no idea why people are so crazy. The reason I do half of the shit that I do for you guys is just because when I was coming up, when I was learning this shit, as I'm learning this shit, I wish there was somebody like me there. I've always wanted somebody like me there. This is probably goes all the way back to some daddy issues or something, but like that's the way I am with my kids. Is the reason I coach all their teams, and I'm always super involved, and I'm teaching them everything I know, and I keep them with me all the time. I have full custody, is because that's what I would have wanted somebody to do for me. And so when I lack something in my come up, but I come up anyways, I have a desire to give what I lacked to other people. I guess I'm somewhat of a good dude like that. So moving on, I knew I was going to get off on tangents doing a Q&A.
Hey, Evan, I got a quick question about that trillion threshold one more time. So if I'm trading 50K and I'm involved with a micro and it goes to 52,500, do I have to sell it and then go back, then lose it going back down? Or even if it just goes up and down 2,500, I've blown the account?
If it goes up and down 2,500, you blow the account no matter what. This is only in the evals. Once you pass your eval, so like I passed a bunch of these evals. I can't even count anymore. I just keep, but I blew an eval too, because what really got me was I tried to trade the Fed meeting, the FOMC and the CPI. And what happens is futures rip so hard is that my account would be up $20,000 in a split second. And then the next second it'd be down $20,000 or $10,000, even just half of that. And so I kept like blowing accounts on the trailing threshold, trying to catch those big moves. So I found that it's much better when you're doing an eval account to just kind of slow build it. And I was trying to pass all my evals in one day, and that's probably not the best way to do it. But once you pass the eval account, so let's say you got a 50K account, you pass the eval, you make 3,000. First of all, let's say you make 3,000. It's only the second day. You have to trade 7 days straight to be able to do this. So what I would do is I would go in and I would trade only minis and I would just, or micros, and I would just trade one micro contract a day really fast in and out, for a half a point or lose a half a point or whatever, it doesn't matter. But that way you're trading 7 days, but there's no way for you to blow this because the eval accounts are way harder than the paid accounts because this trailing threshold is a huge pain in the ass. For me, especially because I love trading volatility. Like I love trading the Fed minutes or the FOMC when shit rips fucking 10 points and then it drops 11 points. I love trading that, but you cannot trade like that in an eval account. So that's the main downside, and I'm sure how they're making a lot of money.
Yeah, I tried to kind of like, I guess you could say, chase it, your finger on the button. It just wasn't working for me. So I set up one of those ATMs where my stop loss was $50 and my profit was 200. And I did pretty good with that. A couple of trades on the sim account. Then I went to the live one and I made pretty good on that too. So I'm still in the positive, but right now I just purchased 250K accounts. I'm going to see how they go.
Yeah, man. And like I said, like you're playing with somebody else's money. So like even if you blow the account and have to pay $80 to reset it, or right now with the 80% off, it's cheaper to just buy another account and then they automatically reset each month. So let's say you're paying $30 a month for a 25K account because you use the 80% off. Instead of paying the $80 reset fee, if you just wait a month when it recharges your account, the $30, because that 80% off is not just for your first payment, it's for all your payments. So it'll charge you $30 again next month and it'll reset it automatically. So if you blow accounts, I would just do that instead of paying the $80 reset fee. I would just do that and then go pay for another account. And then you'll have two $30 accounts instead of having to pay the $80. But at the end of the day, that's penny pinching because I pulled 10, 20, $30,000 out of this, like, and I'm just going to keep pulling money out. That's one thing I like about it is when I trade my own account, my goal is always to have a bigger account. And so sometimes I get too obsessed with, oh, I want to make it to $250,000 from this 100,000, which is really fucking hard to do. And I never take any money out. And what I end up doing is making it to 200,000 and then going back to 100,000 or blowing it that way, but not losing money, but playing riskier with profits. And this way I don't play riskier with profits. I just take out my profits. How soon do you have to make the profit goal in order to pass the evaluation? What happens after you make the goal? So there's no time limit to making the goal. If it took you 3 months, you would just have to pay your monthly fee every month for those 3 months. And then once you're a paid account, it's just $80 a month, no matter what your paid account is. And it comes with this NinjaTrading license fee, or you get a NinjaTrader license at $75 and you get real-time data, which is $55. So you're getting $130 worth of just data that you would need if you were trading on your own anyways. So there's really no reason not to do this if you're going to be trading futures, which if you're day trading SPY, this is the way to do it for sure.
Shares of Tilray getting a pop here now.
Ooh, Tilray getting a pop. Come on, CGC. Let's go. Let's fucking go, baby. I need that. I got like fucking 500 CGC $3 contracts because they were $2 yesterday or 2 cents. Damn it, my fucking dog always get excited when I do. But then they just announced something about some marijuana spending bill in Congress or something. This shit passes. This shit's like 30% short. It's gonna rage. Sorry, ADD kicking in. Let's focus here. All right, so I'm gonna share a different screen. So what you get is you'll get NinjaTrader here. So this is a software to use. So what Terry's talking about is down here, this ATM strategy. You can go here. Let's just say I did 8 tick stop loss, buy 2 contracts, and now I just so see, I just entered an order there and it automatically put my stop loss in here. Terry, the only thing I want to caution you on and caution everybody on is there is some glitchiness to this sometimes. I actually did blow an account because of using this. So I was placing all these orders with this strategy so that I'd have my stop loss set. But then what I did was I'd go here. That time, I think it worked.
Bank of America out with a note today on cannabis, you had 2023, since 2023 outlook was all like, the same like in 2022, right? A variety of headwinds are expected in 2023 for Canadian and cannabis producers.
Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Bulk supply.
Sorry, I gotta listen to the squawk once in a while here. Smoking my opium for my CGC calls over here. But what happened was I manually closed an order. It seemed to have worked that time, but I manually closed the order and the stop losses were still set up in the background and they didn't get canceled when I needed them to. Spot's breaking out here, so I'm just gonna put it around. So I don't like this ATM. I do, but I don't. It makes me nervous, so I'd rather just trade manually like I'm used to.
Should have bought me a SPY. It's breaking out. Man, I missed it.
Yeah, we didn't miss it. It's coming. So yeah, I just saw that too, so I'm gonna catch it real quick. We'll see. It actually hasn't confirmed a breakout yet, but one more stick should be good. And so cool things about trading futures too. So like I'm here, I'm long. Let's just say this position, I see the tape go quickly against me. I can hit this button, reverse, and it'll put me 20 contracts short instead of being 20 contracts long. I could have 10 different positions open. I could hit close and boom, it'll close out all of them, including the orders that I have open. The automated trading strategies are cool. There's a lot that you could do with futures that you can't do with options, and it's less complicated. You don't have to worry about time decay. You don't have to worry about delta levels and what price to get at for the movement that you want. Just all that little shit that you don't have to worry about.
So the time limit to get your goal is unlimited, but I have to trade 7 days. So that means I can trade 1 day today, 1 day next week, 1 day the following week, or there should be
Correct.
consecutive.
Yeah. You could trade, 6 or 5 days this week and then none next week, and then trade 2 a couple weeks from now, and that's your 7.
This is almost too good to be true, isn't it? I mean, it's pretty amazing. And plus, like you said, you can trade this 23 hours a day, which of course you did suggest not to do that, but still it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, the only way I would do that is if there was news. It's sweet for the 8:30 news releases though, because and think about it like this too. Let's say we went long SPY ahead of CPI. We know it's super risky. And so we get a spread on SPY that expires the next day, but we can't close that option, and they just released CPI and we were dead wrong. So we could go in and short SPY using futures, knowing that we have the hedge of the spreads open. So if it goes our way, great, those spreads will pay. If not, the futures will pay. Worst case scenario is it goes our way and we blow the futures account and it doesn't cost us anything because it's not our fucking money to pay $80 to reset it. It just offers like a really good hedge, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't think about that. It's a very good idea.
And the trailing threshold piece, like it really forces you to get a lot of discipline right from the start. So my goal was just to try and get into good habits and just start making like $1,000 a day per account. I figured I got 20 accounts. If I can make $20,000 a day, I'd be pretty happy. Not planning to do that every day. I'm sure I'll lose it sometimes, but that's kind of my goal right now. Any other questions, guys?
Yeah, I got a quick one. Have you used that trade copier tool yet? Do you have that?
No, I'm telling you what, man, all this little technology shit makes me a little nervous. So it's a cool idea, the trade copier, but it just makes me a little nervous that, like, I don't know, you would close out a trade and it not be closed out, but you think it's closed out, but the trade copier didn't copy the closing trade, but it did copy the opening trade. little shit. I've just heard complaints about like little glitchy shit. See, I told you should wait for confirmation on that SPY breakout. It's pulling back now. I still think we'll see a little upside right here. Another cool thing I like about this software, so I want to put a stop loss, I can just right click and hit stop loss. Boom, and it puts my stop loss there. So you can set different levels to enter and exit before they matter. So like we see the I think it's a 200 EMA I got set as this dark blue here. Let's say I only wanted to enter if it crossed the 200 EMA. I could go here and I could put in a there was a way to put in a buy order. I wonder if I just have to do it as a stop anyways, and it'll just go through as a buy order there. We'll see in a second. Hopefully. Looks like the 9 EMA is about to take out 20 EMA. If that happens, we're headed to VWAP, I bet.
So you're using the same EMAs as we do on the options?
Yep. Yeah. Pretty much. So you could use a super down, but since I've always just traded off of the tape. I just used SPY tape. I got it running on my other screens. Damn, Netflix got smacked. Quad witching today, so it's gonna be a wild one, I'm sure. And Netflix is bouncing off the 200 EMA. So the most confusing thing about futures is if you worry about the details and like you're thinking about ticks. So like, oh geez, I didn't know you could click this and that happened. That's pretty cool. But this tells you the ticks right here. And for every tick on a mini, it's $5. And for every tick on a regular, on just the ES, it's $50. So if I was only holding one of these, I'd be down $10 right now, or $5, $10, but I'm holding 26 of them. So hoping that we get this breakout here. Just got to cut fast. We don't. I'm just on an eval account right now, I think. So the 9's having trouble taking out the 20, but we got a nice little volume floor at 382. So I'm not too worried about it. If it broke under there, I'd start getting concerned. So I'll probably just make a couple trades here. If you guys got any questions, feel free to drop them. Yeah, Lee, it's just less complicated. You don't need a call or put to buy and sell. It's almost more like trading shares. They're just super leveraged. Steve, what's going on, man? You missed most of it, but I've been recording, so I will pop out the YouTube recording.
Buy-stand funding bill.
Yeah, feel free to drop any questions you got, Steve, about the futures trading or the Apex trading, but I probably already covered it in the video that I'm going to send you, but just in case, feel free to ask. Right now, I'm just doing a little bit of live trading since I had you guys here. I'm in SPY right now. Playing this breakout. If this 9 breaks to 20, we'll be in good shape. If not, I will cut fast. So Lee asked, once the evaluation's passed, how long before you can trade and make real money? About 24 hours. I don't know, actually. Every valuation that I've passed has been on a Friday, almost everyone. So I noticed that they're live by Monday. So I don't know if you passed it on a Thursday, if that would be any different.
So once you go live with your account, I know there's got to be some kind of a limit where if you lose too much money, they shut your account down. I'm not sure how much that is.
Same as the trailing stop, but it's just not trailing anymore. So you get it at the so if you got a, I don't remember the number, so $25,000 account, you have a $1,500 threshold. So once you pass that, as long as you keep it above 24,000, you're good. If it goes to 23.5, it's blown.
Okay, got it. Okay, that's good. So you can be up $35,000 as long as you never go below that 25 minus the threshold. You're good to go.
Yep. Yeah, your threshold, it stops trailing once you're live. And then, oh, one thing I forgot to talk about was the payouts. So they'll pay you 100% of your first 25,000, but then after that, per account, that's why I got so many accounts. After that, they're gonna pay you 90% and keep 10%. So I'm sure they make good money finding good traders that make them good money like that. I'm probably gonna max out all their accounts at 25,000 and then quit. Just get my $25,000 payday out of 20 accounts. That's $500,000. I take that $500,000, go throw it in a TD account and trade futures there instead with my own money. But having developed the discipline and the habits by trading with them with their strictness, just move it on over to my own account. Come on, you bitch, don't get rejected at fucking 50.
How often do they pay? I mean, is it like monthly or quarterly or?
Do they what, pay out?
Yeah, how often do they pay out when you start
Twice
making
a
money?
month. You get paid out twice a month. You have to request it. It's pretty simple. You sign up for this thing called deal.com. It's almost like a payroll service. Actually, I think it is a payroll service. It's a payroll service that you can use for like international shit if you have remote workers and things like that. So they just 1099 you through there.
Okay, thanks.
Here we go. Getting a little bit of juice. So I gotta go let my dogs out. So what I do is I set 32 as my number of shares or whatever contracts being moved rather. I right click here. Put a stop loss in there for my 32 contracts just in case, and I'm going to run let the dogs out real quick. Oh, really happy I didn't come back to that. Stop being filled. Oh, so Lee asked if you're in a position, how do you see how much money you're up or down? So I actually just figured this out and you click right here. This tells you how many ticks, or how many points, how many ticks I'm up or down. And you're gonna click right here. So that changes it to ticks. The other one was points. That's my P&L. Which this is pretty cool. I like it like this. I'm actually probably gonna use it like this. I started trading these micro futures too. It moves a lot faster if you just trade the S&P minis, the ES, a lot faster. Basically just 10x this. So I'd be up 3,000, 4,000. But since I'm trading on an eval account right now, I don't want those big swings. Once I have my own account, well, I do have my own account. So with my own accounts, like my one is it's a 250,000.
Like hang out with Sandy.
It's at a 250,000. And so I'm at 160 on the $250,000 account. So I got a little bit of a cushion in there. So now I can play with a little bit bigger moves and trade full size contracts. My old lady just got home. She's gonna be yelling at the dogs and they're gonna be going crazy. So I'm gonna mute myself for a minute. Let me answer this real quick. You just hit close at the end of your position. Yep, you can just hit close and it'll exit the whole position. Or if I just wanted to exit a little bit at a time, I can go here. So you just click sell at the ask to sell at the ask. Oh shit, I sold all my contracts. Fuck. I forgot I had this set to 32 because I had that stop loss in there. I did not want to do that. Maybe it was the right move to make. Now it's coming back down. But yeah, you could just click close and it would close out those 32 contracts. Or right here, you have the order quantity. If you just want to close out some of them, you just want to add some of them, you can change this order quantity to whatever you want.
I'm not sure why mine on the micros, mine still reads MES 0322. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing the 23.
Yeah, that's a problem. I'll look into it. You should definitely be seeing 323 because 322 is long past. Yeah, Lee, if you're open a position and I close it out, it doesn't put you short that position unless you close it out by hitting a reverse. Then it will reverse your position and put you short that position. So it's nice to do when you got a runner that's running away from your moving averages. Um, let's just say it pops right up to this EMA and I'm up $1,000, reverse, boom, because you know it's going to get rejected there and come back down. If you want to make sure your order goes through, you just buy a market or sell at market. If you buy a bid, it'll be a little bit under market usually. And if you sell at ask, it could maybe not get picked up. So you definitely need to get out of it. Make sure to sell at market. I'll usually sell at the ask when I'm selling on the way up. Hopefully this will give us a big breakout right here and I'll get the opportunity to show you that. If not, it might give us a big breakdown right here and you'll see how we close it out quick. So there, I just had to get out fast, just hit close. I'm out. That easy. If I would have hit reverse, it would have put me short. And so if you want a short, you just go here. Of course, it's going to bounce right there. This 382.50 is held up decently today. And then to close the short position, you could buy at the ask or the market to make sure it gets picked up, or buy at the bid. Boom, that easy. If I wanted to, let's just say, just so I can show you guys this, let's say I went short, got that filled. Let's see if this bounces and goes against us, and I can just hit this reverse button. It's pulling back pretty good. I'll take it. Boom. See now I reverse now. I'm long. It's probably not the right move, so I'm gonna stay now. So if you want to see how it moves when you're trading regular contracts. This is the ES. This is the real deal Holyfield here. Let's see if we break the midday low, the intraday low here, or if we bounce right here for a mean reversion, I'll either go long or short depending on which. Looks like, I mean, come on, bitch. Okay, so see, I got picked up for 4 contracts. Watch how fast this moves now. Like, it'll move so fast, I could blow this account really quick. Yep, see. I'm gonna close that because it will blow this account really quick. So probably smart to start with the minis, or the micros rather. Sorry, they're all minis. See, this is just one futures contract. Watch how much this baby moves. It doesn't bounce on the reversion. It's probably showing a lot of weakness right now. I'm gonna wait for it to pull up to the 9 EMA and hopefully get rejected there.
Earnings of
Doesn't look
about
like it's gonna happen.
$13.50. 2023 net sales of about $14 billion. That's off of Oscar.
You need some though? It doesn't matter.
CapEx of about
how to lose $3,000 because your old lady asked you a question.
It's only 975 now, futures moving higher. MBAX, Novavax shares, typically I know, have a good out and through company. Price. Morning price of their offering, common stock at $10 per share, now at $10.37. Now 95 cents of the year close. That's the number that point is. Expiring January 20th of 2023. Approximately $120,000 for that's the receipt of $30 quotes coming from the ask expiring January 20th of 2023.
My best to just wait for confirmation here. But if you guys want me to stay on a live trade for a minute, I can. If not, I'll jump off. It's up to you guys. Trying to catch this breakout here. Of course, it's taking forever. SPY has just not been moving the way it usually moves lately. It's been straight sideways for fucking months now. Every day, intraday. Falls to support, trades sideways, pops to resistance, trades sideways, nothing ever fucking changes. Still not breaking out. Like I could sit here all fucking day trying to catch this breakout, wasting my fucking time.
ADDE, Adobe CEO currently on CNBC after the RMCF, Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory, says on December 14th, and the settlement agreement among company Bradley Rattle and others on the spectrum of lawsuit between parties that formally mandatory contract RMCF. A filing. That amended 13D filing now on RMCF.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
Looks like we're getting rejected at the 920.50 EMA convergence here. We'll see. I just can't get this one right now. It's just gonna keep trading sideways forever. So I'm gonna call this a day. I'm not gonna sit here trying to force a trade just because I'm on this call, which is making me do if I don't want to sit here awkwardly. So I'm gonna hop off this call. Feel free to drop any questions you got in the chat about this. And yeah, that's about it. Peace.